And
we're
back.
back.
Cavalry on the road.
I know.
In a hotel.
I can't get too, Heidi likes to criticize the energy of the show, but I can't get too hyped up this time because my daughter's sleeping in the other room of the fabulous Residence Inn here in Missoula, Montana. So
one of our sponsors.
Yeah, they should be. It's very nice. Brand new. But yeah, buddy, how you doing?
Fantastic.
Look great.
Oh, you look great. What is that? Beer?
Yeah, this is the Centennial Ipa. I think it's it's not showing up because I have no green screen. I think it's from Big Fork, Montana.
Oh, another sponsor.
Another sponsor. Big Fork is the city, but the city is the sponsor. Yep.
Yep.
Big Fork is also Johnny's preferred utensil.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it was my nickname in high school. That
would be a cool nickname for a fat guy who eats a lot. What's up, Big Fork?
Yeah. I eat a lot, but I'm not a fat guy.
I was on, I don't know about you, Johnny, how you feel about the podcast sometimes, if your enthusiasm ever wanes or if you're always like
never
100%, let's go. Okay, well then I shouldn't say what I'm No, but of course there's moments where you're like, who is this for, really? I mean, what are we this is just for us. Is that then someone on a TikTok video, someone commented, love the podcast with you and Beaner, and they spelled Beaner wrong. So I was like, oh, this seems like an actual
fan legit.
You know what I mean? It wasn't someone like one of your friends or something. So I was like, oh, this seems like someone who only listens to it because they don't know how to spell Beaner. And then they said you should promote it on TikTok, because they must be thinking, well, why does he not ever do? So I was like, you know what? I have the perfect video. The one you sent me that made me laugh so much was where you were like, have you ever taken a dump on a plane? And I was like, yeah, I guess if I had to. And then that was it. That was the whole clip.
Did you put it on TikTok?
Yeah, because I thought I thought it was super funny, because it was just like kind of a non sequitur. Yeah. And it got up to, I want to say 237 views, still 0 likes. And I was like, I got to take this down.
Oh, so you took it down?
Yeah, 0 likes after 237
yeah,
people
but who
watched it. And
I don't like I scroll through TikTok and I never like anything unless it's so
I know,
funny.
But that's pretty embarrassing.
Then I'll post it. I'll post it and I'll leave it up.
You post it. Leave it up on your shit page. Huh? No, I think you're dominating. Are you still beating me at TikTok? I haven't checked it.
I don't know. I haven't looked in a long time. Yeah. You definitely post more. I'll scroll through it when I'm on the toilet, but I don't post very much.
That was
yours.
That was such a bullshit, backhanded, humble brag. Yeah, you post a lot. Mine, I never look at it. I guess we have the same amount of followers. I never really try. You try really hard, so that's true.
I didn't say. I just said I haven't checked the numbers. I have no idea.
You mother. Okay.
All right. Let's. You know what? Should we just check right now?
Let's check right now. Everyone make your bets. Everyone make your bets.
Right, what are we looking at? Followers, likes?
Followers. We'll go followers.
All right. I'll go first. 15K.
What am I worried about? 21.1. That's when you know you're high, when you get
there you go.
Abbreviate. 21.1 thousand. Got your beans.
Wow. Maybe we should record another night. The air just got taken out of my sail.
But it's so stupid because like nobody, I don't even really understand TikTok really. I don't know what it's for because no one who follows you ever sees you again. Like I follow people on there, I never see them. I only see people like building decks. It's like 90% tile work, all of hardware.
Do you follow Semi Stupid? I don't know who this guy is, but it's this guy that he splices himself into movies, so it's like he's talking to the person, and it is the funniest shit. You gotta follow this guy. His handle is Semi Stupid. He's another sponsor of our show. but it's really funny.
Absolutely will. And I do think there's two ways you can go. Is like when you're a comedian, I feel like I sometimes I feel like it's stand-up comedian where like these old jazz musicians, and like new
Mhm.
music comes out that everybody loves, and we're like that's not real music. That's not real. That's not real comedy. And you could go that
Right.
way and just live your life,
Right.
or you can just admit that this shit is funnier than anything. Like a guy getting hit in the nuts with a skateboard or whatever is just funnier than anything I'll ever write.
Yeah, then the most poignant, witty thing I'll ever come up with
Yeah.
will never
The
be
name
as
I
funny.
scats.
Right.
You know about scatting?
Well, there's two definitions.
Oh, Johnny.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Johnny. My baby is in the next room here. Good
Yeah, I
Lord.
won't talk about scatting then.
Uh, but yeah, so that's where I am. We drove to Montana from Portland, one trip, 8 hours with
Oh,
the baby in the car. Oh, you
nice.
said
How many
that's not that
stops?
good?
No, that's good. Eight
That's good.
hours. That's like Milwaukee to Omaha. So
We're
I've
very
done
proud of
that.
ourselves.
Yeah, that's good.
Two stops. I had to pee so bad on the way back, but my mother-in-law was riding with us, and she is very afraid of like bad road conditions. And we are going over the pass, and she was like, "Do not get off. It's like we'll get stuck. There's ice, snow." I just
Oh,
had
so
to
she's
hold.
saying just stay on.
Yeah, she's like, "Stay on, just go slow." So I had to like hold it and drive slow for like an
Oh, dang.
excruciating hour and a half, but we did make it. So
Is it is it pretty snowy and icy there?
no,
No.
it's not. It was like a week ago. I mean, over the pass, you still see snow, but it's like
Yeah.
melting.
Yeah, ours. I mean, I'm going running in shorts. This is the first time I'm gonna. It really warmed up here. Snow's gone. I mean, there's some like patches, but it's not on the streets at all. It's good.
And that's not. Is that normal for Wisconsin or no?
I have no
This
idea. I
time of
mean,
year?
I'm sure it's like stormed way after this point in the year, but I don't keep track. I don't know.
Yeah. Who am I? The
I didn't have to use my
Farmer's
snowblower at all.
Almanac?
Yeah,
Huh?
I haven't used my snowblower at all this year. I shoveled a bunch, but I never pulled out the big boy.
It's kind of disappointing, right? You almost
Yeah,
want to
that thing
have
was
to use it.
expensive as shit. I wanted to, but whatever. I'm not good at like maintenance. Like I kind of feel like my neighbor is this older guy, his next door neighbor, and he like showed me how to like get your mower and he's always, oh, I'm just winterizing it, or I'm emptying the gas or burning off. I'm gonna put lube on the spark plug and pull it out when it's out of season. And I never do that because I don't know that shit. I don't know how to do that. And so he came over and showed me, and he's like, here's what you got to do. So he took my snowblower apart. If it snowed tonight, I'd be fucked. I don't know how to put it back together.
Wait, who's this guy who took it apart and wouldn't put it back together for you? So you got to
Well, I
finish the
mean,
job,
I'll have to
buddy.
find him. I'll have to go get him and be like, "Hey, I wasn't paying attention 9 months ago. Can you come back?" And I even bought like one of those
Just buy.
plunger syringe things to like suck the oil out and shoot oil into the or shoot lube into the spark plug. And it's just sitting on top of the thing, never used. Whatever.
I don't know if it's our generation or if it's like because we're comedians and we didn't get into home ownership till later in the game, but it is humiliating owning a home. I don't
Oh,
know
I
if for
know.
you, but for me, like I even did construction. I did some stuff. But I can't do I can't do anything. My dad stayed at the house while Heidi and I were on a trip, and he had like fixed like 9 things. Like, he couldn't stand it. So he was like, "Oh, this door is sticking, or this nail is sticking out, or whatever." And he just was fixing everything. And I came home, and the house is like way better. And I was like, "Oh, this is great." He's like, "Yeah, it was driving me crazy. Why don't you?" And it's like, I don't know how to make a door go in better. You know?
Oh my gosh.
I thought that was a
You should
permanent.
bring your dad. You should bring your dad and stay at my place for a week because our garage door is all messed up, and
Yeah,
I've just been dealing with it for a year.
he should.
Maybe he'll fix it.
Yeah, it just has to be annoying enough for him. That's the
Right. They
key.
will
Is
tell. Yeah,
make
they will
it.
tell you. You guys have to park in the garage for safety.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and he'll get pissed off and then fix it. That's the key.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
wanted, so let me run this by you too, real quick. This is called pre-show weird gig discussion.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's not an offer yet, but it's like they asked, would I want to go to Nicaragua
Ooh.
and do a show? And I was like, what, really? And they were like, yes, it's good money. They pay your flight. You stay at a fancy resort. Like, okay, everything's good. But then, so here's the gig. It's these 21-year-old kids, and they're, on, I assume it's spring break, judging by the time of year. And they're going from the airport on this bus to the resort. So they're like, we're going to have you. And this is when I first read it the first time, this was bad enough. They're like, we want you to perform on the bus for an hour and like entertain them. Like it's like they're not entertained enough. Like they're going to Nicaragua. They're 21 years old. This like 5-star resort, I assume a week. Like,
Yeah.
and they need whatever. But I was like, okay, money's, I've bombed before.
Yeah.
Why not
Right.
do it in Nicaragua?
Right. Right.
I take these gigs and bomb at casinos. Why not do it?
But that's the whole gig is just on the bus. Like you don't have to do it again when you get.
No, the whole gig is just once on the bus.
Okay.
I can do anything once. Any bad
Right.
gig you can do once.
Right.
I don't even mind. I was thinking it'd be fun to do the tour. I've never been one of those tour guides. Some comedians do that, where they like ride the ducks or whatever, and they make shit up about buildings. But so I figured I could do that. But then they're like, not just are you going to perform on the bus, we're gonna put you out on the road, the side of the road. They're like, someone will be with you at all times, but we're gonna pick you up and pretend you're a hitchhiker. So these kids will think we're picking up a hitchhiker, and you get on the bus. And then all of a sudden you're like, you're a comedian. But I was like, at what point do they know I'm not a hitchhiker anymore? Do you make an announcement, or do I have to go, hey, I am a hitchhiker, but I'm a comedian too, or like what? It's just so bad.
It's like
It's one of
that's
those.
like when you do corporates and they're like, we want you to act like you're a guest CEO.
Yeah, or disgruntled employee, and like
Yeah. So they want like only the person booking you would know that you're the comedian.
Which is always a mistake.
Oh.
Anyone listening to this who has some sort of function to plan, surprise comedy is never. It never goes better. It's not like birthday parties. No one's ever extra happy.
Yeah.
Like they'd rather just know what they're getting into.
So you're supposed to like, oh God. So did he get back? Are you doing it? Did they get back to you? I have a follow-up.
I said, of course I said yes.
Right.
I was like, yeah. But then it was like he I don't know. Then they had to like nail down something, and like, he said they had a call with them, and then I haven't heard back. So we'll see. My guess is it's probably like a 30-70 proposition at this point. But considering how weird it is, but who knows?
If he's like, oh no, we're not gonna announce that you're a comedian, just kind of like do your thing. So you're supposed to be this hitchhiker that's like,
yeah.
You ever notice how continental breakfasts? Hey everyone. I'm like, oh God.
Oh wait, speaking of which, I got this. I almost want to read it, but I'm going to do this college when I go see you. And
Whitewater?
in Whitewater, yeah. And they sent the most humiliating email. Oh God, can I find it in time?
Hey, that's in a week.
Yeah, I know. Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
You have fun activities planned?
Sure. Yeah, the itinerary's getting emailed. Are you renting a car in Milwaukee?
Yeah, because I got to drive. Yeah, because I'm going to be doing a fair amount of driving. So I think I have a reservation. I'll say that before I find this. Rental cars, in some ways, are the worst business of all time, because it's just like, is there any other business where it's like you go to the counter and you got to say no to 17 different scams?
Right.
And then just get the car. Like, I don't know. It's not like you go to Chipotle and they're like, whatever. This is not, I have no bit here, but You
I
fill
was
in the,
very excited for where that
you
was
can
going.
figure out where that's going, right? Guacamole insurance or some shit. You can put it together. So, or the gas thing. That's the
Yeah.
worst one. Hey, do you
Prepay
want
for your guacamole.
prepay for your guacamole? Yeah, and any guacamole you don't eat, you have to pay them back.
Right.
Like, who came up? Because you could charge me like, well, I don't know what's gas in, probably like $4 a gallon, right? Right now,
Yeah, about that.
you could tell me it's $5 a gallon at Hertz Rental Car for us to fill up your tank. And I would just go, sure, I'll pay that if I can just bring it back with whatever's left. Just put in the $5 because it's just the convenience of not having to stop at the gas station. I'd actually do it. But what they're proposing is you prepay a tank, and then anything that you don't use, you don't get.
Yeah,
You
you
still
lose.
have to pay the full tank. It's insane. It doesn't make any sense. So if I only drive a quarter of a tank of gas, they're like, oh, well, you already bought the whole tank. It doesn't make any sense at all.
I know. You have to have to lap around the airport until your gas tank is empty to feel like, all right, they didn't get me.
And I've had like people try to convince me. They're like, oh, where are you going? And I'm like, oh, I'm going to Whitewater. Like, oh, okay. So that's about 3 hours in this car. Yeah, you'll use about a tank. How about I just fill it up myself and I'll pay exactly for the amount of gasoline I need. It's just an insane proposition. Okay, here it is. So she goes, they just give me all this information. But then they're like, the preferred topics that go over well on campus are geared toward Xennials, between millennials and Gen Z. Now, Johnny, I don't know how much you work on your act, but do you know which of your jokes are good for Xennials?
No, I don't. But I would write back and say, got it, adjusted, and then do my act.
Of course. Well, there's no other option. What am I going to do? Write a new act? Here's what they suggest. Now, remember, it's a college gig, right? They're like, how about, if you want, here's some suggestions. What works? Jokes about college life.
Oh,
now that makes sense. Studying for exams, internships. I mean, now you just want me to, you just wish I was a college student. You guys joke about that all day. You don't need me to talk about that.
Oh my
God. Starting out in the work field, relationships, weirdest thing that has happened while you're doing a show. So, this is the one where I thought of our podcast. But they're like, some topics that do not go over well. Weather jokes. What about appliance talk? I'm going to do 20 minutes on my new dishwasher.
Oh my gosh. I have that written down as a discussion point. How is the dishwasher?
Oh, it's fantastic. But the only thing I will say is it requires an extra fluid. So do you guys put the
rinse aid?
Yeah. The installer who's been in the business for like 30 years. Okay, he knows what he's talking about. Was very adamant on the fact that this dishwasher needed the rinse aid. And it came with the sample, but that's only good for 30 washes. And I'm gonna have to.
Oh wow. Yeah, we have that in ours, but I probably use it once every 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's like one of those things you don't really need, but he really put the fear of God in this. I was like, what'll happen if we don't do it? You don't want to know.
Yeah. There will be no aiding in the rinsing process.
You do not want to find out. So anyway.
If you don't use this rinse aid, your wife is going to have to slam the door shut 5 times to get this thing to go on.
Oh, but you know what?
You don't want that.
What made me nervous about that is then he was taking the old dishwasher away. And he was like, oh man, he's like, I thought I was going to have to wire this in, but you actually just have a plug back here. I was like, oh, that's good. And he's like, yeah, but the guy who put in your old one, he's like, the cord was all bunched and like, he didn't do it right. Like he did it wrong.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so I wonder if there's nothing wrong with the dishwasher. Just every time we were just slamming it till we were shutting the dishwasher so hard it would push the plug into the
wire
outlet.
into position.
Yeah. So it might have been a perfectly fine dishwasher that we just got rid of. Now that keeps me up at night. What do you think about that, college kids? You think you're stressed out with your exams? I got this new dishwasher I gotta get rinse aid for.
Yeah. Oh man, that's good. That's good. They're gonna eat that up. They're gonna eat
They're gonna
that
eat
up.
it up. Oh, I'm gonna kill. Watch this.
Oh, what was the other thing I had for appliance talk? Let's see here. I just have Andrew's dishwasher. I have been getting. Oh, you know how I told you that our
Wait,
microwave?
just real quick.
Huh?
Our this sounds like someone dared us to do a podcast
About
that people
appliance?
won't listen to. They're like, could you create something so boring that people
So
and still do it every week? Okay, go ahead. No, but I'm interested, so fuck everybody else.
fuck the
fuck,
common
fuck the
person. I
customers.
care about this boring shit. No, but I told you my microwave got I connected it to the wireless. I'll be driving and I'll get a notification. I'll look at my watch and it's like your food is ready. Every time someone finishes using our microwave, I get notified. Why the hell? What is that? Who needs that? Even if I'm there, like if I'm not there, who cares? If I am next to it, I heard the ding. Like, why do I need to know that my microwave, the food is ready when I'm out of town? I gotta figure out how to turn off
So funny.
notifications because that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of.
I just love you're like you have all this sophisticated technology. You know, like your Apple Watch is going off. People are like, oh, that guy, he must be rich and successful. Like, no, he just knows his kid's burrito has 30 seconds left.
Yeah.
Okay, counter argument to why maybe that's a good idea. Our microwave, well, our appliance talk. This is great. We've hit a rich vein.
Right.
Uh, uh,
After we just acknowledged how boring
and I've done a complete 180. Our microwave is it was horrible. It made this really loud beeping, but then like if you don't immediately open it, it just keeps going. Like I feel like most microwaves like beep or like three maybe beep beep beep, and then it's done. Ours will go beep 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 beep, and it'll just go until someone opens the door. Yeah. So like if you were in the other room making popcorn or something, then you're like the whole house wants to kill you because you have not, gotten your popcorn like right away.
So how is that a counter argument for
The counter argument is so then Heidi was messing around with the settings. I think it was Heidi, or was it your mom? It was Heidi.
Oh, hi Heidi.
You want to say hi, Heidi? You're not showing up on the.
I can't see anyone.
And I have the AirPods, so I don't know. No one's hearing anything. She says I'm great.
I can hear her. I just can't see.
Oh, you can't? Oh, okay. She's loving Appliance Talk, she said, which is a clear lie. But she changed the settings, so now it makes no sound at all. No beeps ever. So there's no beeps when you tap it, no beeps when it's done. But several times now, we've like made stuff in the microwave and just forgotten it was in there like 20 minutes later. Like, oh shit, yeah, I have some beans ready or whatever. And so then now that would be if you had a smart, you would know on your phone and you wouldn't have to beep it for the rest of the world.
That's true. That's true. Or you could just have it be like a regular microwave that.
Yeah. Ding. I guess that too.
All right.
Well, good appliance talk.
Good appliance. That was good. That was good.
Solid.
Solid. I mean, we got to, we're not getting a new appliance every single week, so we got to milk it when we do get these new appliances.
I know, but now I do kind of want to get, I want to get a new stove because 2 of our burners don't work.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we could fix those. I don't know if someone's listening out there. I was kind of hoping.
I told you we got ours. We got the dual with the air fryer, but it won't connect. It's a Samsung. It's the same app, but it won't connect. It says you got to turn it off and back on. I'm not pulling that thing out and unplugging it just so I can have my oven tell me my food's ready too.
Oh wait, so you want the oven to be on the?
Well,
app
the oven
with
makes
the
sense. The oven, because then I can put it on Erin's phone, and she can be like, "Oh, I need this to." Because she's always calling me, be like, hey, turn this on at noon on low, put this in. So if she can do it at work, she could just turn it on from your phone. But who needs to microwave through their phone? Like, microwave this for 30 seconds at 2 o'clock. I won't be home till 4.
is a very fine line you're walking where it's like, now an oven I understand you need an app for, but a microwave,
I'm
what
not
is this?
saying,
What am I, the Jetsons?
I'm not saying you need it. I'm saying there's a logical, like, there is maybe one or two instances where that might be helpful. But a
It would be
microwave, there is zero for sure.
it would be great if there was a social media aspect to the online part of, so like if you're like baking some in the oven and there's like a video feed and then there's just comments being like, oh, that looks like shit. People being mean. Oh,
I'm
Johnny,
gonna unfriend you on my microwave app.
nachos again, Johnny. You might want to mix in a few other dishes.
That actually
Yeah,
makes more sense than having friends on Venmo. I still don't understand how you can have friends
I
on Venmo.
know. I know. Especially after you torched me. All right. Well,
That was good. That was good.
I
Should we
mean,
get
that's
into
almost
it?
too much show, but hey, let's get into it.
All right.
Johnny.
Now, before we started recording, Andrew told me he's got a hot topic,
This is
and
so,
I do
no, this is
too. So
great.
this is gonna be a nice,
Should I
nice.
go first?
Now you guys will see why we rambled for 30 minutes putting off our topics. I don't care. You go first or I'll go first.
Well, I can't decide which one to do. Let's see if we get to two or not. But I'll do the more boring of the two to complete the setup.
We are such salesmen. Okay, go ahead.
Uh, all right, so we're traveling here. I'm with my wife and daughter in Montana. Obviously, you travel all the time, stay in hotel
Mhm.
rooms and stuff. When you go to a hotel room, you don't pack shampoo, right? Do you? Of course not.
No, I don't. I don't pack
Do you
most
pack
things.
soap? No.
No,
You pack a towel? No, of course
no.
not. Now, these are all things you use.
I was scared that's the wrong answer, but yes, no, I don't.
What
Erin
if
would
you
be disagreeing. If she was next to me, she'd be like, "You're a lunatic."
what if you did pack a towel over there? These are very gross to me. But anyway, all of these things are items you use usually only once a day, right? Shampoo, conditioner, so
Towel.
soap, I guess you use more, towel, body wash. You don't bring any of that shit with you. You just
Right.
assume the hotel has it. So why do I have to pack my own toothpaste? Toothpaste
Oh,
is as ubiquitous, you need it, right? Everybody uses it just as much as everybody uses shampoo, probably more toothpaste than shampoo.
yes.
You need it twice a day. Now it's
Yep.
like you can't, you have to buy the little ones to get on the plane, which run out in like 2 uses. And if the
Yes.
big ones that do last forever, but then like you can't get them through TSA sometimes, hotels should be on the hook for toothpaste. It makes no sense they got out of not providing toothpaste.
This is a great topic. I'm very adamant. I agree. I never thought about that before, but it's that's a very sound, logical argument. I agree because I was going to say, yeah, other than my clothes, I literally pack my clothes and then I throw my toothbrush and toothpaste in the bag. That's all because everything else I just use
I've
in hotels.
Yeah, I've got it down where I actually have a separate everything. I got 2 deodorants, 2 toothpaste, 2 toothbrush, so I never have to unpack. Like, you
Oh,
know what I
I
mean?
see. You got your
So
travel one and then
I
your
got
home
my
one.
toiletry bag. It just stays. But then I have these little toothpaste and they run out. Like in Tuesday, and it's bad for the environment because it's like little plastic.
All
It's
right.
half plastic
Yeah.
basically. So, and so it happens to me all the time where I get to a hotel and I realize I only have like barely one squeeze of toothpaste left, and maybe I'm there for like a week or something. So you'll have sometimes just get a hotel. Oh, they're so generous. They say, "Oh, forgot something," and then they're like, "Call down to the front desk and beg." You know, it's humiliating. And you gotta go, "Can I please have?" And they're like, "Sure. Have you can't afford toothpaste? Have a couple samples." You know.
Yeah. We yeah, a little hack for you. Travel hack.
Oh,
Just
I'm all
throw the big
ears.
tube in your bag. I've never I did away with the little ones.
I know.
They know they're like, "Oh, this guy's got toothpaste." They're never going to be like, "You got to throw this away. This is too much toothpaste."
You are, and you're right. You're absolutely right. And I think especially if you have pre-check or something, they don't mess with you on that. But the principle of the thing,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yes. I totally agree.
Like they should have like toothpaste dispensers would be great. Like the way they do the hotel,
Yeah.
the shampoo and conditioner in the shower.
Maybe, who knows? Maybe things, if this podcast was bigger, things might have changed right after this is brought to light.
If you're like a hotel operator and you're looking for like a low cost way to separate you from the competition, unlike this podcast where we in no way look for ways to separate us from the competition.
Well, now hang on. You show me one other podcast that has Appliance Talk.
That's a good point. It's an excellent point, Johnny.
Yeah.
But if you were looking for a way, to make yourself stand out, toothpaste.
Yeah. Take down your color TV sign. We have whatever say. We have toothpaste.
Right.
Leave your toothpaste at home. That's great.
Okay. All right. Backed up. I love it.
All right. See, you thought you had low confidence. Here's my low confidence one, and maybe you'll tell me.
Hey.
This is what?
I'm getting roasted from Heidi just chimed in when you said, I don't know, she can't hear you, but I said, oh, good, I'm getting backed up. And she goes, what a shock.
Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, she can't hear me, so whatever.
Yeah, she can't hear you, so. Wow, Johnny, God, you didn't have to call her that. Jesus.
Johnny, I didn't know you knew that word.
Oh. All right, man. What do you need?
Here's mine that you can blindly and boringly back me up.
We can all.
Here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Touchless car washes are a sham. They just don't get your cars clean. Now, before I go into detail, guess if I got my car washed within the last 5 hours and was scrambling for a topic.
When you say touchless, do you mean where you just drive in and then they?
No, I took my daughter. I never really thought about it. Like, oh, touchless. They don't touch your car, so they're not going to ding it or. They don't have those things that like slap your windshield and go over your car. It's like it just shoots liquid, and then it rinses it, and then it shoots liquid. Like I never thought about it or realized it before, but like this, I took our car to get cleaned. The whole bottom, like the whole bottom part, is just still caked in just salty shit because you can't. I need a thing to spin around and knock it off.
You need the spinner. You need the slappers.
I need to be touched. I need my car to be touched. Right?
Right. I've never heard of the touchless car wash before.
So you've never been to one where they don't have the old-fashioned?
To be honest with you, Johnny, I'm not a big car wash guy. I think like I can count on one hand the amount of times I've actually got my car washed because I've never like taken a lot of pride in it. Heidi, on the other hand, she is much better about that. But also, we don't live. I feel like it's different when you live in like a snow climate. It's kind of like you have to go do it because there's way more stuff on the roads. But,
well, I also could give less than two shits about my car, but I was in the van and I thought, you know what? This car has not been washed in probably over a year. We have not got it washed. And so I thought, oh, I'll surprise Erin when she pulls in the garage. And it
didn't have any effect.
She didn't notice. I don't know why you even thought, but it was like so thick and like you can't.
But I mean,
see.
Yeah, Johnny, it's like you answered your own question. You're like, the car had not been washed in over a year, so I took it to the laziest version of a car wash I could find.
Well, I just took it to the closest gas station that has one, and it happened to be a touch-free because I'm not going to pay. It was $5. I mean, that's how little I gave a shit. Like, yeah. I mean, I guess
this kind of gets back to the airline conversation where you get what you pay for, sort of thing. But
right,
because like
I slowly seem to be working my way towards my signature. Who gives a shit? But I caught myself before I said it.
Uh, in Los Angeles, the car wash places were very thorough. Remember those? Like you would go and the guy would like dry it for you, and
Oh
like
yeah,
a human being would do it.
yeah,
So that's what you need. You need the human touch, not
yeah.
just the slappers
That's
and the
right.
rollers. You need the guy to
You
come
need the
out
guy
and
to
wipe
wipe
it
it
down.
down with a dirty rag, dry it.
Yeah, get rock. I don't even understand. So they call it touchless because there are people who are paranoid that there's going to be a rock or something in one of the scrub brushes and scratch up their car.
Yeah, I guess. I
That's
mean,
like the
like either
appeal of it.
that, or the I don't know, or those things that slap it are gonna ding it or scrape your paint off, or the metal that's on that like lowers onto your car is gonna, I don't know. Who gives a shit? I don't know.
That was really fun when you were a kid. It was always very exciting to go through the car wash and then
Well,
all
that's
that
why I
shit.
was. That's why I noticed because I took Phoebe and I was like, "All right, we're gonna go through the car wash. This is gonna be fun." And it was like, "This isn't fun." Oh, look, there's suds. I wanted to be like,
It's just wet.
yeah, who?
Yeah.
What? It wasn't scary because I remember some kids like get scared. They're like, "Holy shit, what is going on?"
One is super
And
loud. Sounds like
no,
thunder,
just like you're in this box and it's like it's like a monster eating your car or something. It's like all and you're in this. It's weird. It wasn't me. It
That's,
wasn't me. I never got scared, but I know I have nieces and nephews got scared.
that is like the cheapest amusement park ride. All right, kids, you want to go do something fun? You want to go on a ride? We want to go to Disneyland.
This is
And
better.
it's not in the cards.
Yeah.
All right, I'm backing you up. Yeah, well, wait, am I backing you up? I forget what you're saying.
Well,
It's
you
just
can't. I
bullshit.
mean, you're just gonna have to
I
take
can't.
my
I've never
word for
done
it if
it.
you've
I'm
never done
taking
it.
your word. I trust you. I'm taking your word for it. I will say this might be one of those situations where you get what you pay for, and it was a year, and you might have need a little more effort, but I will not be going to get a touchless car wash. I'll put it that way.
All right.
So you've steered me clear of that. Okay, I
Good.
got another. I got another topic
Okay. Good.
for us. Thank God.
Yeah, because that one ate up 3 minutes.
I don't know what else you want me to say.
Yeah, it's your fault. It's your fault.
It's my fault.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. So I was at Target the other day, and actually, I should point out my brother-in-law Daniel is very funny and does stand up on his own. He's a very funny guy, and it's just kind of starting out. But
Was
anyway,
he in our previous promo video that used to live with you?
yes.
Okay.
Wait, what was the promo of it? Oh yeah. Oh, the old, you're going way back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
way
Daniel
back.
used to live with us. Yep.
Yeah,
You're the
we've been around 96 episodes, Andrew.
I know, in the early
So he got
days.
into stand up?
Yeah, well, he had before, and then he kind of got the pandemic kind of with open
Okay.
mic stuff. It was really hard, but he's getting back into it now. But
Cool.
he pointed out how you go to Target now. It's very body positive mannequins for the women mannequin. There's some heavy set mannequins.
Yeah.
And he wasn't saying good or bad. He just says it's interesting. You never used to see that for like a good sturdy size mannequin,
Sure.
which is great. Progress, everybody represented. That's fantastic. But what you don't see is the male version of that. You never see a big fat guy mannequin.
That's true.
Where's their representation? You know what I mean? A lot of fat guys shop at Target,
Oh,
and then you
yeah.
have, couldn't you see just some like big beer belly,
Oh, that's a
with the
good
wife
point.
beater?
Yeah, you don't see. Yeah, you don't even. There aren't. Are there even plus size male models?
I was gonna say that. So you could probably, I can't, but maybe Heidi, can you name a plus size female model? Yeah, is there a famous one? Ashley Graham. Okay, 2 seconds. She got it. Now, name a plus size male model. She doesn't know. Never heard of one. No one has. You know what happens to a plus size male model? Out of the business.
Yeah.
You don't have abs for a man. You don't get to be a model.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. You know what? I'm angry. I am angry now.
No, see, you're not actually, because you are a fit guy. But for
No,
a
I'm not.
lot of
No,
people out
I'm
there,
not angry. But you know what? You know what I have noticed? Not to change. I'm not changing the topic. But when you
no,
said that he's noticed at Target they have plus sized mannequins, I've noticed they have like on the not the mannequins, but like they have big, huge covering the wall. They have pictures of people wearing clothes and smiling. They have a few ugly people, like ugly faces. Now I don't know if that's a conscious thing or
you know what's incredible about this?
what.
We've just circled back to one of my most controversial topics, and you don't even realize you've done it.
What is that?
I literally campaigned on here once for that ugly people should be models because I said if an ugly person wears your clothes and can be elevated by them, that's more impressive. Like a beautiful person looks good in anything.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. And no one agreed with me. But now, look, Target is doing it.
Target
They're
is
hiring
doing
ugly
it.
people.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know that it's working how you said it should work because I don't see it and say, "Oh, look at that! Look at that! What the hat did to that ugly girl?" I think, "Yeesh, they gotta make that a smaller picture."
You blame the hat. What an ugly hat.
Oh, look at that! Oh, that hat fucked up that girl's teeth. Yikes!
But that's the last step in diversity in film and television because they are putting heavier people on, which is great, which they should do. But you do not see a lot of ugly people on television or in the movies. You hardly see any. And if they are, they're like intentionally ugly. They're like, we need an ugly person. Yeah. And even then, sometimes they take a beautiful person and put a bunch of prosthetics on them until they're ugly enough to play the ugly role.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
but that's like when you watch The Bachelor, right?
No, but go on. I'm familiar with it.
Well, if you ever watch The Bachelor, everyone would say the same. It's like, oh my God, everyone has a fake job description under them. Like, here's Tina, and she's a public relations. It's like they're all model. They're all just Instagram models.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Everybody's an Instagram model because they're all beautiful. They're all like these gorgeous people. But it would be much more interesting to see like some ugly people competing for love, and like, is the beautiful person just going to win, of course, or like a more diversity of types of looking people?
Wait, do you mean like it would be more interesting to watch it? Like I'll throw a couple obvious duds in there just to see how,
like an actual
how polite everyone is to them.
What would be interesting to me, and I assume if it's to me, the general public as well, but would be an actual sample size of society. So like literally randomly select, 50 people or whatever. And then you're right. The beautiful person would probably win, like if there is one, like 9 times out of 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
But that would be interesting to see if could someone pull off the upset, could a personality sneak its way in the finals? Could a math degree get,
Yeah.
That's why I like TLC. I don't know if you watch the programming on TLC, but they do not shy away from ugly people.
Oh, really?
They put
like
on
what
real.
Program?
Oh, well, the reality shows like 1,000-pound sisters and 1,000-pound best friends. And my 600-pound. All my favorites. But they're not ugly because they're fat. They're just ugly too.
Right. They just got the twofer.
Yeah. That's what they call their teeth. But TLC and all the other shows too, like it's just regular looking, like when you go to the bus station or people in America, people are not, you see a beautiful person, it stops you because it's rarer, you know? That's not
Yeah.
like on TV. Everybody's beautiful.
Yeah.
TV should look more like it looks like at the bus station. At the bus station. But
Wait,
like
is that what
a
you're
Red
is that what you're
Robin.
arguing for? That's what you want?
Yeah. You don't? You want all beautiful people all the time?
Well, I mean, if I'm gonna watch a movie, sure.
No. Who are like the best actors? Think about it. Who are the
uh,
best actors? Who are like your favorites?
I don't know. Harrison Ford, Tom Hanks.
Okay. Great examples. Now, maybe at one time they would pretend, because they're so good actors, they would say, this is the sexiest man in America. But these guys aren't like the best. Tom Hanks isn't like the best looking,
Right.
you know? He's like a handsome guy, no doubt. But he's like charming and charismatic, which like is what makes him a big star. It's not because he's like a male model or anything,
Right.
you know? Like that Jesse Plemons guy, he's a great actor, you know?
Who does he play?
He's in like a he kind of looks like Matt Damon, but he's like chubbier.
Oh yeah.
You
He
know what I'm
looks a
talking
little
about?
younger. Yeah. He was
Yeah,
in
he's in Friday Night Lights,
Breaking
and then he
Bad.
was, yeah, he's Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Philip Seymour Hoffman was great. Like
Yeah.
the ones that stick out are usually the ones who aren't like, you know, the hot ones.
Well, who would you say are the female actors that are
Well,
equal
see,
to
this is
that?
where you get in trouble because people will be like, "Oh, well, how dare you say that this person isn't?" Like, first of all, the goat of the greatest of all time of all is Meryl Streep. Now, she's obviously beautiful, but she's not like she wasn't going to be like in Maxim magazine or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's not like,
Yeah.
and like Kathy Bates. Kathy Bates is great, not
Uh-huh.
like traditionally attractive. Okay,
We're
yeah, you
being
got it
very
too.
careful.
I did
We're
too.
being
You
very
go.
careful.
Big shot.
I don't know. Yeah,
Oh wait, Heidi, do you have one? Oh my God, Heidi just said she's been told she looks like Meryl Streep, and I just used her as an example of someone who's not the most attractive. I mean Meryl Streep like now, not like Meryl Streep at the height of her. Jesus.
nice save. Nice save.
This is why it's better that just no one listens to the podcast.
Yeah.
This is why we should stick to Appliance Talk.
Yeah, it's safe. It's safe. No one gets in trouble.
No, but Heidi, who's your favorite actress who's not like
Traditionally attractive.
Maxim magazine hot? Like the ones who like, you know, like obviously Jennifer Lawrence or these other ones are all like, but who's like that has like Kathy Bates is a good example. She's just stealing Kathy Bates. That doesn't add anything to them. She needs a second.
Yeah, I need a second too. I'm sitting here trying to think, but without getting in trouble.
Heidi said that she thinks everyone is beautiful. This does happen a lot where she goes, "Oh, that person's stunning." It's like, but we actually we talk about it. We do make fun of Portland a lot because Portland's a great city. Oh my God, it's cool and restaurants, bars, fun comedy scene. But man, it might be the ugliest city in America. I mean, they're just nobody is trying. Nobody's trying. In fact, we go to Montana and you think, oh, you come to Montana, it'd be a bunch of grizzly old, it's just hot people everywhere. We're like blown away. It's like being back in LA. We're like, oh my God. We're like, is it that? Or is it just because we've been in Portland and looking around and seeing all these Uggos? It's great for Heidi and I. We feel like, you know, supermodels, but
I've never been one, like, you know, like cities have their different reputations. I mean, I've never like been to a place where like, oh, they have a lot of I mean, as far as LA, I'm just like, yeah, there's a lot of people that look fake, or you could tell they're acting. But outside of that, it's not like, ooh, Wisconsin's full of this, and Illinois has hot people. And I just like, it's all, I've never. Maybe it's my.
I think it's just because you're just wandering around looking, you know, for Burger King.
All right, that brings that brings me to my. All right, I have another topic, and it's the
Okay.
smooth transition. We talked about
Okay,
this on the
great.
cruise ship all the time. How I would be a terrible
Oh
witness,
yes,
because I
yes.
just so so Aaron. What was it? I'm trying to
You
think
would
of
be a
where I was.
terrible witness, but a great mobster because like
Right.
they'd be like interrogating you, like who ordered the hit? And you're like, honestly, I was not paying
Yeah,
attention.
I literally couldn't tell you. I want to tell you because you're hurting me, but I literally
Yeah,
can't.
you can peel off every fingernail. It's not going to make me remember.
Oh my God, where? Oh, okay. So, oh yeah. So I went to this was a while ago. I went to the daycare. I got sent to check out the daycare for Phoebe because we switched daycares, and I had a list of questions to take, and what are the meals and all this other stuff, and okay, so I asked the questions. I had this written down. And I asked the questions I was supposed to. I got answers to the questions I was told to get answers to. And then after I'm home and we're talking about it, and I'm giving the report, she starts pulling an audible asking all these other questions. How old were the teachers? How old were the I have no idea. I don't even know what they look like. I don't I The lady that gave me a tour. This was the second time I toured at that place with the same lady. I toured with this lady once with Aaron, and then the second time without her. Okay. And then I went there when I had to drop off Phoebe, and I had to ask this lady a question. And I went into the office, and I didn't know if the lady sitting there, her name's Brenda. I didn't know if that was Brenda or someone else. I was too scared to say, hey, do you know if Brenda got my email? Because I didn't know if this lady was Brenda or not. And I had spent a significant amount of time with her. That's how I think there must be something wrong with me, because
No,
that's ridiculous, right?
it is ridiculous, but I can relate in a weird way because I feel like maybe I'm not as bad as you, but I have some. I used to tell people like some people like, hey, I'm not great with names, but I never forget a face. And I'd say like, yeah, I'm not great with names, and I'm pretty bad at faces. Like I just don't
Yeah.
remember either. And it puts you in an awkward situation, especially in comedy. Like, oh my God, if you don't remember somebody or met, we've
Yeah.
talked about that before, but like, or like going out, I get this like bad reaction when I go out and have to say the host's name again. And this is a person I've met, spoken to in the green room. They said their name to bring them up, but then
Yeah.
I just like, instead of saying give it up for, I either I say their first name if I can remember that, or I don't say their whole.
Or you can just say, hey, give it up for your host. Doing a great job, right?
Yeah, yeah. But then that sounds so douchey.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe nobody's paying attention. But no, I very much relate to you that way. I
Yeah.
I will say though, it's an advantage too. Like you said, like it's like, hey, I don't see ugliness. I don't see. I treat all people the same. I don't even recognize. I think that's
Yeah.
like there is like a disease where you can't even recognize faces. Like you just never recognize anyone. I think that's like a thing.
Yeah, there must be degrees of it, and some people
You
just
might
have
have a
lower
mild,
degrees.
you might have a mild version of that.
I wonder what it's called. What's that called?
There's no way I'm wrong.
Being, I don't know.
You should be guess.
Yeah,
Oh, I
I'll
had a
make up the name.
so when I did this weekend and I was in Minneapolis last week
Yeah,
and
Laugh Camp.
laugh camp.
How was Laugh Camp?
Bring oh, I got scared and called my parents in the middle of the night. But it was good. It was great. It was actually too full, like we predicted. I was like, you know what? This is too many people for what I'm getting paid, but that's fine, whatever.
Yeah.
So then I went, but my friend Joe Larson was at Acme, which is why I texted you.
Yeah.
I was like, and I sent your name was signed well, so I sent it to Johnny, the Good Club, Acme, and Joe was nice enough to let me do a spot on the late shows,
Oh, what night of the week was it?
Friday and Saturday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah, he was gracious enough for that. And then the Saturday show, the late show, he hosted. He's the only guy I know. He likes to host sometimes, and so he just thinks he can do a good job. So he does a bunch of time up front and time in between, and then he's gonna have me close it out. And he goes up, and he gives me. And by the way, the feature for my show was from Boston, and I lived there. So we were talking a lot about. I'm just saying that to justify what I'm about.
The feature at Acme?
No, at
Laugh
Camp.
Okay.
And so we had spoken a lot about Boston and everything. And then Joe, he gives me this really gracious introduction. He's talking about how we were friends from Seattle and, started out together. This guy's done so many great things. He's one of my really good friends. And he brings me up. And I say, this is why I don't do this. But he goes, I say, hey, keep it going for Joe List, everybody. But I'm telling you, it was the Boston thing was in my head. I don't know what it was. But then he comes out, he pokes his head out. He goes, what the, and so he's funny about it.
Oh, right.
And we have a back and forth about that. But I'm telling you, they like Joe Larson was killing so hard that as the host, and they loved him. They were there to see him, And so I had to dig out, like it's a sold out Saturday night show. The first 5 minutes was me just digging out of this hole because they were mad. They like, this guy's an asshole. He doesn't even know this guy's name. I know.
Yeah.
So
that's so weird that he's headlining for the week and he's like, I'm going to host. You can headline as a guest set. How much time did you do on that show?
I did 15 minutes or something. Because he had me, he had the feature, he had the host, he had another guy doing a guest set. Plus he did a ton of time in between and up front. He just likes to do it sometimes, I guess,
That's cool.
Yeah. The host appreciated it. He was like, this is great. The guy, because he has to do 9 shows or something in a week. So
yeah. Wow. Cool.
All right.
Whew. What do you think? Good app. Great. Solid. Boom.
Great app. Let's see if Heidi's thought of an ugly actress yet. Heidi?
She's not ugly, but she's my favorite non-traditional.
Happy Bates still. She said she's not ugly. She's non-traditionally attractive.
Yeah, that's code for Uggo. No.
Of course it is, but I'm not going to say it out loud here.
Yeah, we're not trying to get canceled.
Anyway, that's it. That's the show. Thank you everybody for listening. I'm going to kick it off because I always ask you first.
Yeah, you kick it off.
I'm going to be in West Bend at the Bend Theater, hanging out with Johnny Beaner.
Yes.
Friday, March 11th. Get your tickets now, Wisconsin. And then next weekend, I will be in Lake Chelan, Washington, Saturday, the 19th, and on the 20th in Yakima, the hot capital brewing.
Nice. I will be at the Bend Theater. With Andrew. And I will be... Yeah, we should see if I can do... That's what we should do, is we should see if I can do a guest set, and I'll do literally only Taco Bell material for my whole guest set.
I love it. You will. We'll do a guest set, and you'll only... So if you want to see Johnny's Taco Bell bits, and we can rank them.
Yeah.
There's
only three.
All right. Well, we'll have a good discussion.
Yeah, there's only 3. I thought of a 4th, but I think there's only 3.
Maybe we'll write a 4th before. We'll see.
Right.
We'll try it. I'll go to Taco Bell and then we'll try and come up with something.
And then March 17 through the 20th, I'm at the St. Louis Funny Bone, Westport.
Yeah. All right. That's it. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Join the Patreon if you want to hear post-show banner.
And we'll get around to those 5-star reviews next week and address those needs that you guys posted.
And that's it. So thank you everybody for listening to the Cavalry.
The Cavalry.